Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's time for the third chapter review of Watashi no Shiranai Senpai no 100 Koto. It's such a long name, but good series so far. This is the third chapter. This is where I decide if I want to continue watching. Reading. I mean, also watching when it comes to anime. But this is the manga, so reading past this point or not. And I'll let you guys know at the end of this video if I am going to continue reviewing this one for you guys. For now, guys, if you have not done so for by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We're trying to reach 4,300. I don't think we'll probably get even close to reaching it, but let's see how close we can get by the end of this month. For sure, next month we'll be at 4,300. So thank you guys again for that love and support you do show this channel. You guys can always follow me on social media. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram are probably the best ones for me, for you guys to follow me on. So make sure you give love on all those three. And you guys can also join me on Twitch and Twitter. And there's a link down there below in the description with all the other links where you guys can buy cheap manga and anime. So make sure you don't miss it. Okay, this third chapter, Watashi no Shiranai Senpai no 100 Koto, was interesting in itself. We have a protagonist, Keita, and Keita essentially, he's a jerk. He really is. He doesn't really want to talk to the girl that he promised 100 questions to, and we kind of find out in this chapter that maybe he kind of does. Because at the beginning of the chapter, he receives a text from her saying good morning, as well as a emoji, a second text of an emoji, and he basically just rates them and leaves her on red. Now, obviously, this is following this whole debate that in the real world that a lot of people have. Like, is it rude to leave people on red? Is it not rude to do that? So she comes and sees them in the train station again. Like he thinks like he's gonna be outwitting her, but nope, she's still there, and she asks him, well, why didn't you text me back? And he goes, well, I thought that by me reading it and by you seeing that I had read it was enough, you know? And it sounds weird, but I know people that are like that. Like, you'll send them a text about, I don't know, I'll meet you at the store at 3 p.m., right? And they never respond. Yes, that works for me. No, that doesn't work for me. Or, okay, see, you're there. Or whatever. Even a simple okay would be just fine, right? They only read it, but they still show up on time and they're there. They're like, well, I just assumed that you thought everything was fine because I didn't say no, right? And you saw that I read it. So there's people out there like that. So he's basically that person. And they go on their thing. He's reading his book on the train. He's the entire time he's like, okay, I can't concentrate because I'm wondering when is she going to ask me the question? When is she going to distract me? When is she going to be like, okay, this is the question of today? So he keeps looking at her, and she in her own thoughts is thinking, what an idiot. I already asked the question of today, which was, why didn't you text me back, right? So I can't, she's like, that was our agreement that I only had one question per day, per train ride, and that was my question. So I can't take advantage of it. So he's trying to figure out when her question is coming, and she's basically thinking it already happened. So eventually, they start talking to each other, and she tells him, you know, oh, you really want me to ask you a question? I already did. And he falls into this whole like embarrassment, you know, and he tries to figure out what what way he can get her, you know, to be embarrassed as well. And he thinks, oh wait, she just asked me a second question by wondering why I'm so confused. And before he's even able to embarrass her, she's like, oh yeah, and that's just hypothetical question because I know what your answer is anyway. So, yeah, so he tricks her and they go on their own way once the train ride finishes. Now, they do go back home and the chapter ends with them basically texting each other. And they do come up with a new rule where it's going to be one question about them, and then all other questions like "How you doing? Isn't it a beautiful day?" Like questions like that don't count as the questions, and that's how the chapter ends. Now, again, this tells us that one, he does want to answer questions, but two, he really is getting more and more fond of her in this chapter, and it shows a lot by how he actually texts her. He actually reads her text, and all that. It's taking him a while, a little by little, to actually like her, but I can tell that he is finally getting to her soft side. So, personally, I will continue reading it for a few reasons. One, I'm interested to see how the whole romance aspect of this series unfolds, and two, the comedy is relatable, to be honest, and I enjoy that. They're short chapters, and there's only one more other chapter out, so it's not like I'm committing to like 20 chapters or 30 chapters. So I'll read the next chapter, and then we'll see as the chapters release if I'll continue or not. But I think it's a great little sweet story, and why not? Why not review it? So, thank you guys so much for watching this. Out of 10, I give this one a 7 out of 10. So, make sure you go check it out. It is a cute little series you guys can read. Again, only 4 chapters are out, so you can finish it pretty fast. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe, comment, like, and share. And guys, I'll see you guys in the next manga chapter review. There's quite a bit of them already out in my channel, so go check them out. Don't be strangers, and like always, see you guys.